Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here and welcome back to another Dissidia Opera Omnia video. For this one, we'll be talking about upgrading your weapons and armor to strengthen your characters. This is a vital part of the game, especially for taking on tougher bosses. Special thanks to Square Enix for sponsoring this video and the series overall. Check out the playlist in the description to find the rest of our Opera Omnia content. So let's use this screen right here of one of the items I have. At the top left of the stats screen for an item, you'll see the current and max level of an item. Increasing this raises the stats on the items. You'll also notice a small icon in the top left of the item icon itself. This icon classifies the weapon. Characters with matching icons are able to wield the same types of weapons. It also determines the type of damage that you deal with a given character. Melee weapons like swords and fists do melee damage. Ranged weapons such as guns or shurikens deal ranged damage, and magic weapons such as staves do magic damage. Right under that is the limit break counter, which we're going to come back to later in the video. On the top right of this menu is the character who has a special affinity with this item. This only applies to items that are 4 stars or higher. If you equip this item to the character it has affinity with, they gain the affinity ability listed right under it. For most items, you can equip them to anyone who wields the same type of weapon, but that affinity ability will only ever apply to the listed character on the item itself. Also, when taking on certain event quests, items that have affinity with specific characters sometimes receive a boost, making them much stronger than usual. On the bottom left of the item display are the stats that the item itself will give when equipped. HP is how many hit points the item gives. Int Bravery stands for Initial Bravery, meaning how much initial bravery a character starts with when they enter battle. Max Bravery is, as expected, the maximum bravery a character can have in a fight. Attack is used to calculate how much bravery damage you deal with bravery attacks, and Defense determines how much bravery damage you mitigate when hit. Finally, CP is a resource used that lets characters equip passive boosts. An item lists how much it increases each of these stats by, on top of whatever stats the character has innately. The affinity column next to that additionally adds more stats if you have this item equipped to the right affinity character. We're still not ready to talk about limit breaks, so let's explain how upgrading your items work. Upgrading is simple. Go to the enhancement section of your main menu and select Enhance next to Weapon/Armor. On this screen, select the item you wish to upgrade and then press Confirm. Then you'll be taken to a menu with tons of options for upgrade materials. You can use other weapons and armor as well as upgrade orbs. For weapons, you'll only be able to use other weapons as materials, as well as power orbs. For armor, it's just armor for upgrades, as well as guard orbs. With these items selected, and with a bit of gil, you'll be powering up your items in no time. So finally, let's talk about limit breaking. When you limit break an item, it increases its maximum level and CP, allowing it to be powered up even more, and enabling your character to equip more passive skills. After limit breaking an item 3 times and maxing out its level, the affinity character listed on the item will gain the affinity ability permanently as a passive they can equip using CP, making it incredibly potent to do so when possible. Limit breaking itself can be done in 2 ways, both using the enhancement system for weapons and armor. The first method is to use the exact same item as an upgrade material when enhancing. So if I want to limit break Squall's 4-star revolver, I would use another revolver as an upgrade material. The other way is to use power stones. These can be obtained primarily from selling 5-star weapons. This only works if you're selling weapons that are natively 5 stars, not 4-star items that you limit broke up to 5 stars. Power stones do have limitations though. First, they can only be used on a native 5-star weapon. Armor must receive limit breaks using method number 1 for upgrading, but the same rules apply for the benefits. Second, it requires 4 power stones to perform a single limit break, so each and every one of these is super valuable. Limit breaking can take some time, but the long-term benefits for your characters are definitely worth it. I do want to add a note that it's not always the best idea to just immediately sacrifice duplicates for limit breaking. Sometimes it's beneficial to have upgraded duplicates for event dungeons in order to abuse affinity boosts, so research upcoming events and the value of different weapons before rushing to limit break or collect power stones. And that's a wrap for another Opera Omnia video. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and especially share it with your friends who you want to try to get to start playing. I'll see you all in the next tutorial video, and until then, take care.